It has been a complete disastrous week for Meghan and Harry. Now they are in one report, actually not in just one report, but multiple reports. They're suggesting that Meghan and Harry, especially Harry, in order to protect his beloved wife, the crazy lady, the narcissist, he is now calling in lawyers to discuss the situation. And not only that, the lawyers, and including Prince Harry, I'm sure, they are all of them as a team watching all of these skits. Anything that would make fun of Meghan and Harry, the team, lawyers, Meghan, Harry, they're all together watching what is happening, what they're showing. Let's take a look at this video.
Well, Meghan and Harry could be gearing up for another legal fight. Royal commentator Neil Sean has told GB News that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's legal team are closely watching TV show South Park after last week's attack. He said, according to sources close to the ex-royals, it appears that, like so many things with Meghan and Harry, this may have legal ramifications attached. Their legal team are casting an eye over the episode to see what is wrong and what could be turned into something more sinister.
Before I discuss more, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. If you are one of them, consider to subscribe. Meghan and Harry, they were not mocked just by one or two people. They were mocked by many people. Angela Mullard, for example, she is a columnist and she is also a commentator on the royal life. This is what she is saying. She is just blasting Meghan and Harry. Take a look.
And of course, the episode was very popular with those critical of the Sussexes. But what is interesting in what columnist and commentator Angela Mullard said on Sky News is that South Park is an American program, and this is the country where Harry and Meghan have chosen to escape to.
Want to laugh hard, but it's in America. This is the place they went to escape. This is the place where they thought they would be beloved, and now the Americans are turning on them. I've got mixed feelings. I know I'm going to sound like a total killjoy, but I've read Spare. I've read it cover to cover. They are a damaged couple. They are people in trauma.
Lady C. Collins also took an aim at Meghan and Harry, and she called them blatantly without any shame. I mean, we should not have any shame when we call out Meghan and Harry, calling them vicious liar. Let's take a look at this video.
Oh, without a doubt, you know, the reality is there is a possibility that this case might be disallowed and it will be dismissed without prejudice, which would mean that Samantha will have the opportunity to reissue proceedings, which she will do if she has to. But the reality is whether Samantha wins or loses in court, Meghan has lost in the court of public opinion. Everybody now knows Meghan is a vicious liar, a very manipulative, nasty human being who has no compunction about destroying her beloved, her loving father and her disabled sister. And there is absolutely no way, in my opinion, that Meghan will ever be able to recover from the revelations that Samantha's lawsuit have exposed her as having possessed.
Now, these are all royal commentators. You can say, well, they know what is happening. Maybe they are biased, but wait a second before you go anywhere. Take a look at this video too, because Chris Rock, who is not a royal commentator, who has nothing to do with the British royal family, he also took an aim, before I play the video, just to let you know that he took an aim at Duchess of Sussex 41 during show last year, actually, and not too long ago. I believe it was in November or December, I'm not sure, but it was a recent event. And he made fun and he said, quote, "I just don't get it," as he spoke about today's obsession with victimhood, quote unquote, which the comic labeled a way of getting famous. Remember Meghan's podcast, I am the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. Chris Rock, he took a name and he said, I just don't get it. Why you're portraying yourself to the victim in order to become famous.
Chris Rock roasted Meg in his Netflix show, confirmed the Duchess dealt with NF, and old Chris Rock reveals the release date of his upcoming stand-up comedy special, Selective Outrage, as the comedy special is set to release on Netflix March the 4th. as reported by US Magazine. Chris Rock is one of the most iconic and important comedic voices of our generation, expressed Robbie Praw, Netflix vice president of stand-up and comedy formats, in a press release when the special was first announced. We're thrilled that the entire world will be able to experience a live Chris Rock comedy event and be a part of Netflix history. This will be an unforgettable moment, and we're so honoured that Chris is carrying this torch. In particular, Robbie Praw confirmed that Chris definitely has a separate column called Pro Victims.
Now we could say, well, Chris Rock is also biased too, right? I mean, he's the only guy who looks like talking against Meghan Markle, but that is not the case. We also know that Harry tried to sue Jimmy Kimmel, and this is exactly what Jimmy has to say. Take a look.
To learn that the prince went to his brother, the royal wedding, with a frozen Todger. And when you really examine the video, I want you to listen closely here.
I froze my Todger.
Now forget about all of these royal commentators, the Hollywood celebrities, late night show hosts, everything. Just forget about everything. Take a look at numbers. What is happening right now is that Harry's point has dropped by 45 points. Yes, that's a huge drop. And Meghan's dropped by 36 points. And that drop happened right after, actually 6 days after the Spare memoir was published. And we know right now, Meghan and Harry, they're struggling very badly with their PR, their image. Take a look at this video.
Can't be that surprising, as the couple have seen a decline in popularity in the United States as of late. Last month, a poll carried out by Redfield and Wilton found that Prince Harry's approval rating in America has dropped by 45 points, while Meghan's plummeted by 36 points. This poll was carried out on January 16, just 6 days after the release of Harry's memoir Spare. Prince Harry's approval rating is now -7 compared to the +38 rating he had on December 5th, while Meghan has an approval rating of -12 compared to +23 she had in December. This means that in the time frame of just over 1 month, Harry's approval rating dropped by 45 points, while Meghan's dropped by 36 points. The survey also found that 44% of respondents believe Harry was wrong to expose family secrets, while 26% think he did the right thing.
Now guys, we all know Meghan is a liar. I mean, as Lady Collins, she mentioned that she is a vicious liar. What we also have found out is that Trevor Ingleson, he actually claimed something outrageous, something very, very shocking. Well, maybe not as much, but you get the point. We all get shocked every single day about Meghan Markle. But Trevor Ingleson, this is what he had to say, that Meghan Markle, she cannot simply get pregnant. She had surgeries, she had abortions when she was 28 and 29 years old. Let's take a look at this video that I posted in my other channel.
Trevor claims that Meg had so many abortions at 28 or 29 with neighbour gangster at Crenshaw District. Plagued by crime and riddled with street gangs, the troubled Los Angeles neighbourhood that Doria Ragland calls home couldn't be more different to London's leafy Kensington. Markle was brought up in a large yellow-coloured detached home in central LA, while her husband spent most of his childhood between Kensington Palace and Prince Charles's Gloucestershire mansion, Highgrove. Local gangs include Crenshaw Mafia Gangster, which has been plaguing the area since 1981, and Bloods affiliate Centre Park Bloods. Operating close by are the West Side Rolling 60s neighbourhood Crips, one of the largest street crime collectives in Los Angeles and branches of the Compton-based Piru Gang. Neighbour Michael McWilliams, 49, said he hadn't seen Doria since news of her daughter's alleged relationship with Prince Harry broke, but described her as a nice lady. Markle remains close to her mother, who divorced her father Thomas, 78.
Guys, the more Harry Meghan they are going to sue South Park, the more they are going to sue Jimmy Kimmel, the more they are going to go after people, the more people will make fun of them. That is the bottom line. You see that people are now taking them as a joking, as a laughing stock. Nobody cares about Meghan and Harry in the way they did. I mean, all the good things, the serious issues they were discussing about the British monarchy. Today, if you see Harry and Meghan doing exactly the same thing, whining over and over again in a serious way, with a serious tone, you will see most of the people are actually making fun of that seriousness and accusing them to be nothing but liars. And this is where their brand should end, and they now actually are looking for other ways. Yes, there are reports that Meghan Markle, she is now looking for other ways to monetize her brand instead of just lashing out at the British monarchy. New here, consider to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.